We're going live. It's on. Hey, how do you feel? How do you feel about the price that you are charging for your services? And let me ask this differently. How do you feel about the price that you're charging versus how do you feel about what you ask for when you're actually in the session and the person in front of you is like, hey, how much is it? How do you behave? What is coming up for you? I know that so many women cringe at this. A lot of women, especially if you're watching this particular live stream, you are probably heart centered and you might have some ideas about what it means to ask for money. And you might have some feelings about asking for a higher price. And there are all kinds of things that go on in your head. There are all sorts of feelings and projections. Some of the ideas that you're holding are not purely from you. A lot of them are coming from your parents and what you witnessed with your parents, but they are also coming from the world around you. I know that there are people where I grew up, when I grew up, the idea of having a lot of money was something that was almost was definitely revered, but it was also frowned upon. And if you had too much, people would kind of look at you like you were different. And there were all kinds of conversations that were not super positive about having money. And so bringing that into adulthood and having your own business, it starts to really challenge you. And this is the beauty of being in your own business. You get to be challenged at those deep levels of yourself, your beliefs, your self-concept, your thought patterns, your behaviors. So today, we're going to be looking at that. Now, a lot of experienced coaches will toss out big ticket numbers, for services like they're Donald Trump tossing out paper towels after a hurricane. They say things like, charge what you're worth and stop trading time for dollars. And they very cavalierly tell new coaches to set a high starting price before that coach has actually had the time to put themselves out in the world and to see how the world even receives them. So while I do believe we need the capacity to hold an adequate number for our offers, even if you're new, you've gone through your certification, you've done the work to build your business, you have lived your own life, you've had your own life experiences, I think that you deserve a lot of credit for that. And I don't think you need to rock bottom your prices just because you're new. I think you bring a lot to the table. But I do believe you need time to figure out what your pricing means for you. And it's not about just setting an arbitrary price. So, what does it even mean, like to choose a large number and to just go for it? And should you be charging what others are charging just kind of go for it? So, this is what we're going to be talking about today. And my name is Lynn Bell. This is the Spiritual Business Hour. We meet here Monday through Friday at 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And normally I'm here by myself, just doing my thing, talking talk, talking smack, okay, sharing my philosophy with you. But during the next 2 weeks, I have a panel of incredible women and men who are speakers and presenters at the Liberated Coach Summit. The Liberated Coach Summit is a program that I've put together. I've brought together 20 top-notch presenters, top-notch official presenters, and they are going to be presenting in their area of expertise. Well, today and every day for the next couple of weeks, we've got three of those presenters here as my guests today. So we're going to be talking about pricing. We're going to be talking about pricing, and I think you're going to really get a lot from this conversation. So let me say right now, you can join the summit, the Liberated Coach Summit, for free. Please use the link that's in the caption, all right, in the post, or you can find the link in the comments. Okay, so our guests today are Renée Ambarees. She is an embodiment coach and the founder of Yoga for Face. Hi, Renée. We have Irina Portnova, manifestation and business coach, and she's the founder of Life Palette Coaching. Hello, Irina.
Hello, hello.
And we have financial leadership guide and energy
Strategist.
alchemist. Oh, okay. I put alchemist. I'm like, that is not
Same
right.
thing. Same
It
thing.
is the same thing, and that's a
Yep.
good thing for you. You are an alchemist for sure, Jennifer. So Jennifer is a financial leadership guide and energy strategist, and her name is Jennifer Sifert. All right, ladies, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having us, Crystal Lynn. This is
Yay.
so
Of
awesome.
course,
fun.
of course. So, what I think I want to have you all start off and do is maybe just tell us a little bit about how you help women, or how you help people. Not all of us are just women coaches. I work especially with women, but all of you all might work with men and women. So, I don't want to pigeonhole you here. But why don't we go around and you all just tell us a little bit about what you do? Who would like to start? Who's ready for that?
I can go.
Jennifer start.
I
Okay,
can.
go ahead,
I
Jennifer.
volunteer Jennifer because she's on the screen next to you.
Excellent. Go
Here's the
for it,
thing.
Jen.
We're all very much in the leadership identity.
Mhm.
And so we like to take charge. So we got 4 women on this call today that like to take charge and help and be of service. And how I help women and men is I help them become their best selves. Like at the rock bottom core of what I do is I really help you become your best self. And if you want to do your purpose work, be very powerful at it and create prosperity doing what you love, I am your girl, because I want to do my purpose work. I'm doing my purpose work, and it brings me so much pleasure and joy and excitement every day that I get to do it. And it really helps me to stay in alignment with my power. And then creating prosperity, doing what I love. Yeah, I'm an intelligent woman. I've worked in corporate. I've come from a horse racing family. I've been in customer service. I've even been in landscaping. I've been in many industries, but I have 20 years experience serving entrepreneurs with their business as a chartered professional accountant. And I really got clear that lots of entrepreneurs don't pay enough attention to their business. They don't pay enough attention to the money in their business. And what I have learned is that money loves to be paid attention to, and it loves circulating. And when we're talking about pricing today, I think this is such a top-notch topic because it affects every business owner, pricing. And it's something we need to be consciously paying attention to all the time, because we're getting feedback from customers, we're getting feedback from other people and what their pricing is. And we need to be paying attention to that feedback. And when you're in touch with the numbers in your business, your ability to be successful is high. Because 95% of entrepreneurs are not in touch with the numbers of their business. So you want to be in that 5% that are, because that is how you can generate wealth. And that's what I do. I will come back around. I have so much to say.
Well, actually, Jennifer, while you're there, while we're, talking about this, you said we need to be paying attention to the money in our business. And I think too many entrepreneurs spend time looking at like, okay, this much is going out on Tuesday, this much is going out on Wednesday, but I don't know if there's enough planning. What do you know about that? Like more planning, more play, more joy around it. What do you
Yeah.
know?
Well, the thing is, yeah, planning is key because what I really witnessed serving hundreds of entrepreneurs is they aren't planning. They're working from the past information. They're working from messy information, incomplete information. And so you're kind of just operating like a chicken with your head cut off and from the seat of the fire that's under your butt at the moment. And money doesn't appreciate that. And your pricing, if you're not paying attention to the feedback in the moment, your pricing can be totally off. And especially if your self-worth and your self-esteem or your confidence or your value, there's this underlying layer that we all need to be paying attention to, is not also being paid attention to, you can get really confused really easily. So it's really valuable to be planning, projecting, having intention, and being present with your money.
Mm, that sounds like a sexy relationship to me.
Mhm, mhm.
Excellent. While we're at it, why don't you tell them, Jennifer, what the gift is that you're going to be offering at the summit? Because, y'all, all of the speakers, there are 20 speakers, they're all offering you something to help you in your business. Go ahead, Jennifer. Will you share with us what your gift is?
So my gift is called Get Current, and it's a quiz, and it takes 1 minute, and it's going to ask you questions that will help you to uncover hidden signs around financial pressure in your business that will help you get clarity, help you create the freedom that you want, the lifestyle that you want, and the impact and legacy that you created the business in the first place for. And
Mm,
so you'll get feedback right away around how much financial pressure you're under. And that is a very step you can take. That's a very small step you can take to get feedback right away about how you um, how money and you have a relationship. Like, what is your current relationship with money and how can you make adjustments? So it's just a really small step to help your awareness expand around how your relationship with money is operating in the present moment.
that is a great gift. That is a quiz, and that's a great way to get started. I love, love, love a quiz. Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing, Jennifer. That was very inspiring.
Thank
Who
you.
wants to go next and
I
share?
can go next.
Go ahead, Irina.
Hey everybody, my name is Irina Portnova and I'm all in the field of manifestation, but I am actually marinating together the energy, which is manifestation with strategy, which I'm helping the coaches, healers, the business owners to manifest more cash, to manifest more clients into the business. And when we talk about pricing, this is such an interesting thing. There is no such a thing as right or wrong. The way I look at it, Crystalline, is more you gotta experience it for yourself.
Mhm,
Nobody can tell us which price is right
mhm,
until we experience. And a lot of times, what happens, and this was happening for me initially when I just started to coach, right? Once we put the prices in and we see that nobody is buying, what are we doing? We start lowering the prices because
mhm.
that fear of, oh my gosh, how am I going to deal with my bills if I'm not bringing anything in, right? That is something that triggers the price to go down. But again, the more we are staying in the business, the more we are practicing that confidence muscle. Once we have the clients, once we see that the clients have the success, we become more and more confident to charge what we truly want. And the way I love to help clients is more like you gotta have the energy that attract the ideal client, right? It's not whoever can, like whoever can pay and just kind of hit or miss. It's more like I am calling in. My energy is calling in the people who can pay and who are willing to do it, right? And it's not necessarily people with money, because what I notice, people who really want to uplevel themselves, they will always be resourceful. So the way I'm doing my manifestation, I'm always calling in the resourceful people, because we all can tap to that resourcefulness. It just becoming more creative, and that's what I'm doing with my clients.
Excellent. And what is the gift that you're going to be offering, Irina, during the Liberated Coach Summit?
I also have the quiz. It's called Discover Your Missing Link to Client Flow, because again, everybody wants to have more clients, right? But what happens if they're not flowing consistently? And that's a great test to take, because you're going to find out what's the missing link, as well as what stage your business is currently in, and
Mm,
the one adjustment that changes everything. So it's fun quiz. It's 64 seconds. So I invite everybody to do that. Mhm.
excellent. Beautiful. I love the 64 seconds. That's great, Irina. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Excellent. And Renée Ambarees, yes. Will you tell us about what how you help people, and then what you're going to be offering during the summit?
So I'm here to help you to connect from head to toe. I mean, your face is your business card and your body is a message. You speak without words. So I help you to connect your face, your body, your voice, and your nervous system, because that is where real embodiment is starting. Your body is a temple. You want to hold energy, you have to have space.
Mm,
And you have to have space when everything is falling apart. When
mhm,
it comes to pricing, I mean, we can have nice thoughts and we can have nice wishes, but what your mind is talking, the question is the body believing you, or is
mm,
there a fight and a conflict? So, and this is where I'm starting. I'm
mhm,
helping you when maybe everything is falling apart. Maybe the account is closed and you have to make payments. Or a client was just like disappearing. So, and you have to, so how are you able? And when it comes to worth, it's just like know that you are worthy. But when the circumstances are not reflecting that, then it comes to the service. What do you really believe? And are you really connected? And are you in alignment? Are you trusting that everything is working out for you without having no idea? Because at the end, we have no control.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
The only
beautiful.
that's a point, and this is where I'm guiding you. It's just like a journey to hold the energy and hold that you express what you are, because
Beautiful.
at the end you get what you are. You can't hide it. It's just like nothing here. You are have to start to embrace the full size of you.
And tell us about your gift.
I have 4 magic moves. They are changing your face. So be sure that you make before and after pictures, because the 4 magic moves is when life is happening, when you are having triggers, emotional
Mm,
are starting, and I'm teaching you. Your smile is your key. So these 4 exercises I'm doing on a daily basis. Okay, when I'm getting a situation, this is what I'm doing. This is a video course where I'm guiding you the 5 minutes in between that you are able to open again and to receive.
mm. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I'm going to go ahead and share what I do as well. My name is Lynn Bell, and I'm the founder of Badass Butterfly Alchemy. And what I discovered, especially around this charging thing, is that a coach steps into this coaching, and she came from somewhere else. She came from corporate, or she came from finance, or she came from law, she came from medicine. And the things that she learned to get to where she is currently, those things helped her thrive in her work environment, but she had a calling to do something else. So when she steps into coaching, she's coming from an environment that was controlled and that was structured. Pricing was very likely set by somebody else, and she just kind of had to come in and accept whatever the pricing was and roll with it. And she did. What I've noticed is that when a woman is now her own boss, even though she really wants to be her own boss, I don't think she's quite aware of all the responsibilities that go along with being your own boss until she's in it. And so all of a sudden, she's had to make the decision to become a coach, get her certification, and now she has to set up a business, so she has to set up her pricing. And I know the certification, they'll tell you a little bit about how to price, but then you go out into the real world and they're like, you see these coaches and they're charging $500 an hour, $1,000 an hour, $1,800 an hour, or they're charging, $6,000 for a 6-week program. And you're wondering, like, well, where do I fit in with all that? So the way that I help women, I'm a spiritual business mentor. And so I help women actually work on the inside first. I help you build your business, but everything we do begins on the inside. We look at your shadows, your fears, your doubts. We look at your family's history with money. We look at your ancestral relationship with money. This is harkening back to what Jennifer is saying. Jennifer is also a shaman, and so she works a lot with ancestral energy, with earth energy. And my point is that we look at all those things before we even start to put your business out there. So I help you build your business from the inside out. During the Liberated Coach Summit, I'm going to be offering you a quiz as well. It's called the 5 Shackles quiz, and it takes you through it's a short assessment. It takes about 1.5 minutes to get through it, but it takes you through these 5 areas where we tend to be locked down in our business and in our money and in our lives in general. So the quiz is very short. It's an assessment that's going to get you ready for the whole summit, and it's a great place to start. So again, there are links in the comments to sign up for the summit. It's absolutely free. You get to meet with me and all these beautiful ladies, and then there are also 16 other presenters that are there with equally rich offerings. So I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad you're going to join us. So let's jump in and look at some of these questions that I put together for us for today. And I want to start off, let's talk about the shackles that we mentioned in the summit. So the Liberated Coach Summit is looking at 5 shackles. There's a shackle around your mind, around your time, around your business, around your money, and around your pleasure. And my question for the coaches here is, when it comes to undercharging, where do you think the biggest or most important shackle is that's holding back our women coaches? Is it money, business, time, pleasure, or mind?
I'm saying mind is dropping in for me.
Go for it.
Like the psychology behind pricing, right? And your worth.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't believe you're worth it, and like Renee said, your body doesn't believe that you're worth it. And then, so you can think, okay, I have the same experience. I'm just as intelligent as this other coach who's already at 7 figures, and they're charging $25,000 for their group membership. I'm worth that much, right? But if your body doesn't believe it, there's a disconnect. And so you have to do the inner work. Entrepreneurship is an inside job. Like, you do have to take responsibility because you are now the CEO and founder of your business. And I was talking in a mastermind session this morning about this, is we really have to go around and do a lot of self-talk and train our body to believe what we think, and train our heart and mind and our body to all come into alignment and connect together, so that when we are in an opportunity to offer our offerings, we are aligned with what we say. Yes, it's $25,000 for this program. And because energy, people are reading our energy, even if you don't think they are, and you don't even think that they might be intuitive or in a spiritual realm at all. Energetics has the huge play in pricing and our communication and body language and all of that too. So we have to be paying attention, and we have to grow. When Crystal Lynn was talking earlier at the beginning, she was saying like capacity. She was saying like we have to acclimate to the price that we feel comfortable with. And so your mentor, who's taught you funnels and how to price and all that kind of stuff, they've acclimated already. They've grown the capacity already, but they're not necessarily teaching you the inner work to get to that capacity or acclimated state of being 100% aligned, heart, mind, body, and energy field to go out and say, yeah, it's $25,000.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that is so beautifully said, so true, and it is an issue.
It is a major issue.
It's the reality, and I don't expect any of my clients, not one of my clients do I expect to be like, hey, we're going to start you off at a $6,000 program or a $12,000 program, unless they come in like that and they're ready for that. Fine. People who are accustomed to spending that on themselves can easily come in and be there. But a lot of times women are kind of more like, well, what can other people afford? That's what they lead with. But let's get back and give Irina and Renee an opportunity to respond to this. Which of those 5 shackles do you see is the kind of one that holds people back the most, holds a woman back and makes her undercharge the most?
For me, it's pleasure.
Ooh, love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because if we look at our chakras, right, pleasure, it's the sacral chakra that is responsible, and it's all about receiving. Do we know how to receive joy, the pleasure, the desire to enjoy ourselves? Because we were trained in the corporate world that we have to work hard. But now we are learning that hard work, you can work on your coaching very hard, but it doesn't mean that you are going to receive what you desire. So for me, it's connecting to the fun side. It's connecting to the receiving, because if we are not ready to receive, we are constantly going to be repelling the exact thing that we desire. So to me, pleasure meaning that you enjoy what you are doing. You are not like really logically checking the boxes off, right? And saying, okay, like I charge this price because I deliver X, Y, and Z. But you are more saying, okay, people come to me because they love my energy. They want to be around me. They love how I make them feel. They feel seen. They feel appreciated. They feel supported, and I know that my receiving channel is open, so I can do it with fun, with pleasure, with the joy, and that's what that factor is all about. So I would say pleasure,
I
because
love
we
it.
were not trained to receive the pleasure properly, and especially when we talk about women, if we connect into our womb, right? If we know that our womb it's another portal to the abundance and success, the more we work from that side of our nature, the more we see that we were actually born to receive. And the more we connect with that, the more we know that the more fun we have, the more lighthearted we are, the more we are actually receiving what we desire, including the prices.
That was delicious.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Excellent. Yeah. So we've learned about the pleasure through fun and receptivity, and then we've also
Mhm.
learned about the mind and what the mind is going to allow, and how we have to expand into our capacity. Renee, would you like to chime in on this question too?
Now I know why I'm the third one. So no, it's per here. The mind is a tricky thing, and for me, it's the first one. I know, and I maybe want to bring a little awareness because pleasure. I totally agree. If we are specific, we women are in our pleasure, in our
Mm,
fun, in our joy, in our fun. It's just like this is the most magnetic thing where we are
mhm,
getting in. So, and now we are
mm.
coming to the self-sabotage program because one because yeah, we want to control. We are so cool. Now we are just like are responsible because we are so responsible. So one
Mm,
thought, you can have the most pleasure and fun, but I know when there's coming a thought or whatever, it kills immediately everything, and the
mm,
body is just like getting stuck. So for me, it's just like the biggest weapon we have is the mind, and one thought can just like kill everything. And what we think about. And this is where, even when it comes to the money part, when it comes to our pricing, I mean, we can be the coaching part. And the thing is paying attention. What is the first that's coming up in your mind? And you have to be aware what it is, because whatever it's coming, this is where it goes.
mm,
Okay. And just like paying attention, whatever it is it feels good? Is it so? Where's the tightness coming from? And then we can just like get a little bit deeper, or just like having to see where's the play part, where I can go and expand, so and bring this out. But
mm,
paying attention, the pricing is, and here, this is one thing what I know from my life. So when I was quitting my job in corporate 2010, I had a high paid leadership um, um, money, what I was getting paid. So, and I remember the first time I had to charge was like 5 hours. It's just like, ooh. So, and this is where we understand this is having a corporate job, taking your own money. It's really, it's showing up your self worth, because
mm,
this is where you can't fake. This is, then it's done. You can't fake. You know, and this is the biggest self development and the quickest grow in learning who you really are, and learning your patterns. If you are in a corporate job, you will not get your patterns. The real life is starting when you are not having this safety. You have that
mhm,
safety and just like connected, and know that life is your biggest support. Yeah.
mm,
So
mm,
your thoughts, every thought, and specific every thought that is not nice, happy, and joy and pleasure, is a luxury you can't afford, because the body has to pay the price, because it's just like it's um it's just like pulling you right left. So
yeah.
you, and this is where the fighting part is coming. Yeah. So pay
Mm,
attention. What's killing your pleasure?
Yeah, feeling is the secret, Rena. Feeling is the secret because you can, like focus your mind on something, but unless you embody that, agree, right? You gotta really live through that, thought that you are experiencing. So that's why I'm still focusing on pleasure, because
mm,
pleasure gives you that feeling of joy, of excitement, of desire, and the more you are in that feeling, everything else is just naturally comes to you like magnetizing,
mm.
which is okay. Like we all can choose whatever we want to, but this is the way I actually look at it.
Well, I think that's a beautiful way, and it adds so much
Mm-hmm.
more. Like how dull is just a logical, rational, sensible approach to pricing, And I think that's part of the joy. This is why we go into this work. That's why we're entrepreneurs. You have to be a little bit crazy in order to be an entrepreneur. You're taking a risk.
Yep.
Okay. And that's a part of the beauty. And we might as well go into it with our eyes wide open and our hearts wide open and our vaginas wide open and
Totally.
our wombs wide open so
That's
that we can.
portal. That's the portal.
Those are
Yep.
all the portals, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you, ladies. That's wonderful.
And
Wonderful.
thank you for, like playing with us, because we want more playful energy for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. I know that I need more playful energy in
Yay.
my life.
I think we're all wearing dresses today too. So we're really, it feels like
In
we're
our
all kind of
feminine,
wearing
right?
frilly things and beautiful things. So, we're tapping into that pleasure just by putting things on our body that makes it easy to be in the pleasure too.
Yep.
And everyone has a curated background.
Yeah.
Each one of us has a curated background, and that's part of how we express our pleasure. Showing up with, dress, we got on some makeup, yes, but then we have our backgrounds behind us. It's like that's just part of the joy of being an entrepreneur. We get to be ourselves and bring that. I think that's wonderful. Wonderful. So, ladies, I've got another question for you. This one, I think I found this to be kind of a hard question, but let's see how you all feel about it. Is there a price point where women coaches stall? And if so, what is that number and what makes it so hard for them to move past it? What have you all noticed in your work with coaches? I'm going to go ahead and start with this one, give you all a chance to think about it. $80 is what, I've had a certification program since 2017. That's when I started my certification. So I started working with a lot of coaches, had a lot of women come through, like hundreds of women who've gone through my program. And everyone comes in. I have yet to have one who truly came in and owned more than $80 for her pricing. Okay. And don't get me wrong, these are new coaches. I get it. But boy, asking them to step into 100 was, $100. Asking them to step into 125 was a stretch. And the reason why I believe that they stalled at those numbers like that. So I'm going to say that the threshold, the stall came at more than $100. Okay. In my experience working with all these women is that they kind of saw themselves as the same level as a therapist. And so they saw themselves, and a lot of women coaches that I worked with were social workers, registered nurses. And so these are all women who are, employed by a large organization or an institution. And so for them, getting any kind of help should be, in their minds, it should be offered at the lowest price so that the person, the receiver, the patient or the client can move forward with the best of their abilities. The thing that these women didn't quite understand in the big picture is that hospitals and governments are working at another level of funding. There's so much money behind a hospital, behind any kind of a government agency. There's so much money that we don't quite understand. And when that same energy actually exists for the coach, and so one of the ways that I helped them move past that was to understand that instead of looking at the client as the source of income, instead look at the universe as the actual source of income. And that's how they started moving beyond that stalled energy. What do you all know about people and their pricing? Go ahead, Jennifer.
So you're talking about we've all been in jobs where we got paid by the hour or we earned a salary, right? And I've earned a six-figure salary for 14 years in a row in my corporate professional career. And when I shifted, I really had to do the exact same work that Crystal is talking about. We have to let that all go, because do you know how many intelligent women have been underpaid by corporate
That are
for
paying men twice the amount.
50, 75 years, maybe thousands of years?
Yeah.
You know, and so like when I was earning that 6 figures, I should have been earning $500,000 a year for the amount of work and responsibility that I did, right? So I actually left that career knowing that I could make more money on my own, because I was limited. I was limited by their structure, by their profits and their ways that they're splitting it between the partners and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I knew that, but there was still this inner work. There's these money shadows that are coming from your family, from your ancestors, from society, the society of women being underpaid in general across the board for hundreds of years. And so we have to do the inside work right away. Like I started doing it before I even left the career.
Wow.
Because I knew that I needed to do this inner work so that when I left, I would be able to maintain my 6-figure career and not like have to go broke to do my own work, right?
Absolutely.
And so it's very important that we uncover these society, ancestral, generational patterns when we're creating our own business, because you absolutely are worth it. You absolutely are worth it. It's just all the programming and imprinting that we need to uncover and take off, like shackles. We have to take them off.
Absolutely. Yeah. Gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you for that, Jennifer. Does anybody else want to
Yes,
chime
can I
in?
share?
Absolutely, of
So,
course.
what I love when I'm working with my clients, what I love to give them the freedom
Mm,
of tapping into their own intuition.
mm,
Because if the client asks me, so Irina, what do you think I have to charge for this course or for this program? I always toss back to them and I say, what do you feel?
mhm.
Because remember, our intuition already has the answer. And it works very beautifully because our nervous system needs the time to catch up. Because we can price whatever we want to price, but if we are internally not ready for that price, it's going to backfire. It's going to show up on our enrollment calls, because if we are not confident about that pricing that we are quoting, guess what? Our potential clients can feel it and they already read it like, okay, no, no, no. So that's why for me, there is no size fits all. For
Mm,
me, I really love to give that freedom to each of the client, because I know step by step, if they are comfortable with $80 today, 3 months from now, when they actually tap to that more confidence, when they are coaching, when they have more testimonials, now they're actually building that muscle. And now they are more confident and they are stepping up and they are saying, okay, Irina, I'm ready to charge 100, 150 or
mm.
more. And
Yeah,
again, I love to put this question back to them, because our intuition already knows better than any other person's guidance.
absolutely. Beautiful, Irina. Beautiful. Renee,
Thank
would you like to chime in here?
Yes, of course. And
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a huge journey when you specifically come from a corporate job or like employment. What I noticed, even with my students, when you have the first time these questions, there's coming fog. There's coming so much fear to the service. So the intuition is often it's not quite there. So what I and I've been to the same process when I was getting 2010 out of my corporate job. I had to understand, and this is something where we have to take the mind on the journey with us and to make research and to learn to understand the world. Means a car mechanic, how much are they charging? If you bring your car to the service, and that was one of the mind-opening pictures I had to feel, and you have to feel that. Okay, so what is my work changing for the client? What is the magic that is happening? And this process, I think, before we talk about just like getting into pricing, we have to understand the transformation, the new life. What is it? And when it comes to our pricing, really understanding, what did you pay for your education? How much did you train? So how many hours you were just like doing the rituals to understand that this comes in a natural way. So understanding your invest. How much did you invest that you are able to do this now? And those numbers, specifically women, have to see. And because this is where the curtains are always just like closed, nobody's watching that. We have to open really the numbers, and we have to feel and to see that, and just like really understand where are the patterns, the programs, why we are, maybe the fog is coming up, or the curtain, or you don't have the connection to your intuition, or you even are not able to speak your truth or to speak it out, because this is where the frog is then sitting. And this is when it comes to the talk with the client, and it comes to the pricing, that so then everything is coming to the service. So just like this inner work before you get out with your offer, just like really learn to embody that.
Yeah, that's really, really, really rich. Ladies, you know, I wanna just pause here, and I want to thank you all as speakers and presenters for coming to this program, bringing really honest, deep responses to these questions. And, you know, my heart opens when I look at you, when I see you. You give so much through just your eyes, through the sound of your voice, as well as through the words that you say. You know, you really are bringing all of yourselves here, and I all of your selfuses here. And I'm incredibly grateful to have you in this union here on this show. Thank you. I want to kind of close on something a little bit different. First of all, for all of you watching, I want to invite you to the Liberated Coach Summit, where you can get more of these ladies. Don't you want more of these women in your lives? Don't you want them in your inbox? You want to learn more. You want to watch more videos. You want to get their gifts. Yes, you do. Because you know what? They're telling you the truth. They are telling you the truth. They are telling you things that are going to help you be on fire in your business. And the thing I'm going to tell you also, you cannot do it alone. All right. Trying to run your business alone is going to be causing you more contraction than expansion. Because and I love working alone. I love being alone. I'm a solitude. I'm an only child. And at the same time, Pluto has moved into Aquarius. This is a time when you make big moves, and you need to be a part of communities, you need to be a part of networks, you need to give more to other people, not just as your clients, but in community like this. The fact that Jennifer is here, Irina is here, Renee is here, that they are all sitting here pouring into you, pouring into this program. We are all pouring into you. And this is not just about us growing our audience, it's very much about 4 channels bringing in our individual spirit guides, our ancestors, our lineage, and bringing it to you. And I want to encourage you to reach out beyond the summit. Okay, the Liberated Coach Summit is a great place for you to start, but I want to encourage you to reach out to Renee, reach out to Jennifer, reach out to Irina. Just send them a message on Facebook. I bet you anything they will answer and give you a response. Ask a question, get more. Don't sit back and hide and try to figure everything out on your own. It's not necessary. Okay. And to end, I want to say that on Fridays here at the Spiritual Business Hour, it is Badass Beautiful Fridays where we flip our hair from side to side and we talk makeup and beauty. Oh my gosh.
That was good. That was good. Okay, let's shake.
All right, let's see. But really, on Badass Beautiful Fridays, I did it so that we could have a little playful, fun time, right? It's Celebration Fridays. We were talking about celebrating before we got on the call, before we actually went live. And so let's go around and talk about what is beautiful that happened for you this week that you want to celebrate, right? What's beautiful that you want to celebrate? Renee, you said me, so go.
I want to say you, but first I want to cheerleader you because you were pointing out, and I just want to take to make it a little bigger. First, you said it's important that we are not going alone, that we are reaching out, and I want to just give you a little bit taste why this is, because we are women, and when we're going in the middle of a storm, we are chaos, okay? And you want a place, a safe room where you can be the chaos, where someone is there and holding you the space, that you are not paying the price in the business, in your relationship, and missing something. So this is something what we have to understand, because this is what the most women are avoiding in investing or thinking maybe, no, it's a proud thing. And it's just like the female here, if you want to be real in your superpower, you have to allow yourself to go to the storm and be messy. And to express, because otherwise here your body is restoring your joys. This is just like here, you need whoever you take on your journey with, but just like you need a safe space, because this going to be just like in CEO and so this is self-development that is going just like swimming in the ocean with waves, okay? And that's just like, I want to just like bring this on the table because you opened this so beautiful.
Thank you. And that was beautiful. It's true. We want to, I love this idea of, we have to go into the chaos. We have to allow the messiness. I mean, the feminine is wild and messy.
Yeah.
She is. When she bleeds every month. Okay. She bleeds. And that is not neat. That is not neat and orderly. All right.
No, that's good. That's detox. Even this misconception. This is the most superpower. And by the way, your period is the best face mask ever. So just like safe that you know. This is the most, if you want to have a nice skin, that's the mask that is for free, okay? so this is for free.
Natural remedy. Natural remedy.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we gave birth. This is how we nurture our child. It's just like, hey, come on. Who was bringing new perspectives? And the women, even like the
Apollo.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Excuse me. One moment. Having a little issue back here. Sorry.
Okay.
That's the doggy.
No, the dog. But here it's again just like when it comes, it's just like this is nothing bad. But we women are fighting our nature. This is where we have to stop the war. We have to stop the war. Is where we just like no. It's just like what's coming on, and this is just like, this is where your body is just like cheerleader. So that's bringing a new perspective. So your period, cheerleader that. And if you're really brave and you want to have nice skin, you have skin problems, that's my idea, my advice.
Secret sauce, secret sauce.
By the way, it shows just like, are you really in contact with your body, with your whole self? Or where is it where you said, oh, it's ugly, it's just like, no, just like, here, you want to embrace your full size. And everything is beautiful. So you are unique.
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. Look, this is Badass Beautiful Fridays. This is the kind of stuff we talk about.
Okay, let's talk about real, not behind the curtain, but it's just like when it comes to the service. And
excellent.
We are celebrating. So I celebrate. I was co-author, and we got the bestseller. And even in a new article I was able to write that was just like published today. So I'm cheerleading that.
Yay! Congratulations!
So a daily gift of inspiration. So for the bad days, that we can have something to read. So that's my celebration.
Excellent, beautiful. Renee. Congratulations. Yes. Who else wants to celebrate?
I will. I'm celebrating. I joined the Women's Prosperity Network, and I'm celebrating that Crystal and Irina are in there, and Renee's in it as well, and just community. And I'm celebrating that I've been following through. I have been following through, and I am creating more connections. And I have, in just 2 networking rooms, I have created 14 connection calls for myself. This month already.
Beautiful.
In just 2 hours. And developing relationships with people and growing a safe place for myself and letting people know that I'm a safe place as well.
Excellent.
That I'm a harbor and that I have the capacity to hold the chaos and the deep, dark nights of the soul. And I'm really celebrating. I got invited to speak at another summit, and all year long, I have not sought out a speaking gig. They have been coming to me. They have just been landing, and it's been amazing. And this summit, I'm just so grateful, and I am celebrating being in this summit with Crystal Lynn, just really getting to know Crystal Lynn. She was on my show yesterday, Receptive Radio, and so you can still go find that on our feeds and listen to that interview, because it really goes deep into why she created the Liberated Coach Summit, deeper into the 5 shackles. She goes really deep into what those 5 shackles are in that interview I did with her yesterday, and it's only 20 minutes. It's this short one. Yeah. And that's something you can listen
so good to talk to you.
Yeah. It's something you can listen to tonight instead of watching TV or Netflix.
Totally.
Right.
Beautiful.
Totally.
Beautiful. Yeah. And I'm going to celebrate as well. First of all, I'm celebrating we are here together in this beautiful space on Friday, chilling, having fun together. And I'm also celebrating, I started my group program on the 8th of this month. It's called Manifest Your Client Flow Sprint. Great, amazing thing. Yeah, it feels awesome. And also I was presenting on somebody's stage today in the morning. So I'm just celebrating all the opportunities that are coming when we are in pleasure and receiving.
Excellent. Irina, congratulations. All of you, congratulations. What am I celebrating this week? Wow. Number one, Jennifer invited me to her show, and I got to do that, and it was great. It was good. Boy, a lot happens in the course of a week. Actually, the one thing I'm going to celebrate, which is so interesting, was, and I think it's actually from having worked with you all, especially over this last week, our intensity together. You know, there's just so much information and so much love that's been kind of poured into the show. I feel like I received like some kind of a breakdown in one of the walls where I could not see how my offer ladder was going to be received after the summit, like the whole funnel that follows. And I saw it. Like all of a sudden I had clarity. I'm like, oh,
Clarity.
this is how that goes.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, so that was really great. And then on top of it all, I built 2 websites. 2. All right.
Woo!
I know. I'm a tech, I love tech. I'm a tech wizard. But yeah, I did that as well. So those were my things that I'm celebrating. I will have a wonderful dinner tonight. I'm going to celebrate in style with some wine and some fish.
Exactly. That's the
Mhm.
whole purpose. Yes.
That's right.
Beautiful.
Excellent, ladies. So we are at the end of the Spiritual Business Hour. It's been a great week. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for my guests, but thank you all for our watchers, our listeners. Thanks for joining. And remember to sign up for the Liberated Coach Summit. It's happening starting Monday. We are live
Woohoo!
Monday with our speaker page opening, and all the gifts will be there for you. So sign up now and you'll be the first to access it. All right, signing off. Bye for now, everybody.
Bye.